he's received a lot of acclaim for his turns as doomed ad man Lane Price on Mad Men and King George VI on Netflix series The Crown. Yes, those are two iconic roles in everyone's opinion. Now he's starring in the AMC series The Terror about the lost British Royal Navy's Arctic voyage in the mid-1800s. Here's his character trying to convince everyone else going probably isn't the best idea.
That is not just ice ahead. It is the pack, and you are proposing that we cross it in September. Even with leads, it could take us weeks of picking our way through it. We may not have weeks.
Well, weeks at most.
It's already a colder year than last.
I've been to the Arctic, Francis.
On foot. And you nearly starved. Not all of your men returned. I say this with all due honor.
For God's sake, Francis.
A captain is due his candor. So what would you propose instead?
All right, so Jared, you're here. I'm going to say something. This is based on a true events of what happened on this expedition, but all your characters seem to have a very ominous ending. Everyone dies. What's going on with you?
I don't know. I seem to have cornered that market.
You play it well. So tell us about The Terror. It's about a voyage. It goes in the Arctic, British Royal Army.
So quickly, so at the end of the Napoleonic War, Britain has this big navy. They don't want to decommission all of it. They take about a third of it to go and create a discovery service to fill in the map of the world, which is incomplete at that time. And the prize is to find the Northwest Passage, which is the route between the Atlantic and the Pacific. And they have all these crazy ideas about there being open water up there, and they think it's going to be an easier trip than it is. But in point of fact, there actually have been more successful trips to the moon than there have been transits of the Northwest Passage. It's incredibly difficult and very, very dangerous to do. So they send these two ships up there with 130 people on board with all the latest technology, steam engines, canned food, which was a new thing, and they never hear from them again. They disappear.
And so what ultimately happens is, we were talking about this earlier, people found this boat.
Over a period of about 100 years, they found different little pieces of evidence of what happened to them. And one of them was that they found this, one of the last people they find is a longboat with a whole load of leg bones in it.
Which I said was, it doesn't make a great prosciutto, but was there cannibalism on this boat?
Well, that was one of the things as well. So the British couldn't believe that an Englishman would succumb to cannibalism. So they disbelieved the Inuits' tales of what had happened. They thought that's absolutely outrageous. No Englishman would succumb to such a thing. But things get pretty bad. In the historical story, things got pretty bad. But then Dan Simmons' book, he's added this supernatural element to the story, so they discover something out on the ice.
Well, this is the thing. When you're watching this show, it's a 10-part series on AMC, but there's like a creature. I'm like, what is this creature? It's scary.
You have to
watch. And do you die? Okay, speaking of dying, I know you can't tell us if you die or not. Now, a lot of people know you as, from Mad Men. I personally adored you on The Crown. What was it like working on The Crown? Did you guys think this would become what it was? I mean, it is, Claire and all your castmates, it is brilliant.
Thank you. There was a lot of interest right from the start about it. Vanity Fair, Vogue, a lot of fashion magazines were interested in it. And when you attract that kind of interest, you're in a sort of different level in terms of its impact on culture, So I think they knew they had an opportunity as long as they didn't mess it up, because if you mess it up, then nobody's interested. So.
Well, is it hard to play someone that's, well-known, living, the king? I mean, we've seen the king portrayed a lot.
Colin Firth.
Firth, the stuttering king. And so was it hard to kind of take over this role?
We shot at the same studio where they shot the King's Speech. And every day on the way to the set, there was this 40-foot poster of Colin Firth in the King's Speech, where I had to walk underneath, which of course, I took it a little bit personally at first, and why the hell is that up there? But then I actually realised that he doesn't look anything like George VI either, and no one cared. So it was actually an encouragement to me.
So let's just say you didn't bow down to Colin Firth in that picture right there?
No, I didn't. But I took encouragement from it.
And one thing about your background that I saw is your father, pretty well-known actor, Richard Harris. We have a picture of you and your dad. Most people know him as Dumbledore.
Sure.
And I know him as Camelot, as the king too. So seeing there, just quickly, what was your dad like?
He was wild. He was anarchic. He was had a big, big child in him. He was completely unpredictable. Oh, yeah, there we go. He was funny. He was a rule breaker. He was incredibly well-read. He was very smart. Yeah, I mean, he was a one-off.
You know what he would have said to you, though, in your job as the king? Bloody good job. Bloody good job. Or something else. I don't know. But
yeah, bloody is English. He
okay,
said,
he's Irish. He was Irish.
Yeah.
What's Irish? Give me something Irish.
I don't think I can say it on the air.
Okay, well, in my ear afterwards. The Terror premieres Monday, March 26th on AMC. It's pretty freaky. You're going to want to see it.